So it has generated quite a lot of reactions, and expectedly so, because the young man, he's not that young anymore, because he said he's 48, so he's headed to 50 right about now. So he says that he woke up and saw pictures of his wife getting married to another man. That's 11 years of his life literally wasting away right before his eyes. And he was just so vulnerable during that podcast. He said quite a lot of things. Some of them, I believe, it should have been private, but then I can't begin to blame him for how he chose to express himself on that podcast, because he must have really gone through a lot. So for those of you who have not really come across that podcast, I'll play some clips from the interview, and then we'll come back and begin this conversation. Glad to have you on today's edition of Powder Room. Again, my name is Favor, and today is a full house, so it's about to be chaotic.
No, it doesn't have to be chaotic.
Mad out.
It doesn't have
10 years of my life. He paid me, Baba. If I had a kid out of wedlock, I would have been justified that, Mayowa can do whatever she wants to do. If I had a kid out of wedlock, I would have been justified. What did I do but just love? Mayowa traveled 6 years, and for the small money I was earning, I was sending money to Mayowa every time. I have receipts here.
You were saying that
I was sending money abroad. I was sending flowers. I had friends in the US, and I would beg them to buy flowers and deliver in her house.
True. Now look at your mouth.
Mayowa didn't bother to come back since 2021. I did not see Mayowa again until last year that I sent her money to buy ticket to come to Nigeria. I went with 2 cars to the airport. With my friends, I gave my friends phone so that they welcome her. I couldn't get a clip of me hugging my wife. You haven't seen your husband in 4 years. And I went to pick you up at the airport, and you did not hug me. We got home and she did not kiss me. She did not hug me. I slept in the living room for 2 days. I never get car since I came to Lagos. Last year was the first time I got a car. I bought a Lexus RX 350. I bought it with my hard-earned money when I stopped sending money abroad.
So you were sending money abroad?
I was sending money. I would send when my wife would call me and tell me the money is too small. How much did they pay me? I would do a gig of 500k. I would send 200k. The receipts are here.
How can you call your wife for 3-4 days and she will not call? She will not call back. She will not pick. Anytime I call her, now when she did inside motor, she got a house and got a male flatmate.
What?
She got a house and got a male flatmate and said, you know how you can sublet your room. But why a male? I was not comfortable with it.
Nobody will be.
But I let it slide. Only for me to find out 2 days ago, that the person that she was staying, that she claimed was a flatmate, was sleeping with her.
Is it the same guy she married?
No. I've been in love, but I stupid.
Let's use that one place first.
So, but then, if you're just coming across this for the first time, it kind of gives you a background into what we would like to discuss today. It's about an hour long. Interview or podcast where this guy was completely vulnerable. He talks about the fact that, he allowed the wife to go abroad, right, shortly after they got married, but things started going south. He agreed to an arranged marriage in order to allow her to get her green card. He allowed her to get a male flatmate after she got a house, and later he discovered that both of them were doing some things that they're not meant to be doing. Mind you, like these guys, they are actually married. The guy is 48. They've actually been looking for a child. Unfortunately, he discovered, according to him, because we are we're yet to hear from the lady in question, but he said he discovered that she was taking contraceptives and all that. So a lot happened in the course of the 11 years that they were married. But the most heartbreaking part of it is when the wife came back. I think in 2021, when she came back, they had already started having issues. She would come back and she's not excited to see her husband. Fast forward to last year. That was the last time she came back. Last year, I think around October or something. And then she came back and, you know, when you've not seen your husband for 4 years and then you see him and you can't even hug him. You can't even, you know, give him a peck or a kiss. Both of you get home 2 days, nothing. The guy said he slept in the living room, right? Somebody you've not seen for 4 years, and this is supposed to be your wife and stuff like that. So but before she eventually left, she sat him down and said to him that she's no longer interested in the marriage. That was last year, October, right? And she was just acting weird, and in his mind he felt, okay, maybe we're going to walk through this, we should be able to sort this thing out and all of that, only to wake up sometime last week to pictures of his wife getting married to another man in the US. And Nadia, the whole biggest So my guy has been crying, went on a podcast, even though I felt he should have, I don't know, but the honest bunch, they just carry leg come outside small, you know. He was so vulnerable in explaining everything that happened to him. But it's something we would like to really talk about. People that know him personally, a lot of celebrities that know him personally, they've actually come out to speak in his defense, talk about how much of a nice person that he is, and the fact that, oh, this guy, I mean, you know, he's not a simp, because people on social media keep calling him a simp, a woman rapper, a foolish person, and all that. But people that know him personally said that this is just a guy who loved the wrong person. So many red flags, you know, that he said he ignored in the course of their relationship and even in the early years of their marriage, and it's almost as if now the chicken has come home to roost. So it's a conversation I would like us to have, because that's just about the most trending conversation on the internet right now. I've got two men in the studio, Ajabo and Eddie Bongo. Myra with the tinted hair, I don't know the energy she walked into this place with, but I feel like she's ready to fight Ajabo and Eddie Bongo. This one, she's in the middle.
Can she handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Now the Mayowa do this.
Yeah, that's the.
That should be this.
Yes, that should be.
No, what's I want?
Let me see.
No, don't worry.
She's the one. She's the one.
No worry.
All right, so I don't know how I'm going to begin with this conversation, but because Fortunate is returning to the program, let me start with Fortunate. Fortunate, I know you saw the interview. Generally, what's your take on that interview?
Honestly, I thought it was very, very sad. It was very vile, and nobody deserves to go through that, whether you're a man or a woman. However, there's this small part, this voice in my head that just kept saying, women in male-dominated field. Women in male-dominated field. Because regardless of granted, what she did was absolutely awful, but the percentage of women that do these things,
we're still judging based on what he had to say.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we need to properly hear the woman's perspective.
Right.
We need to hear from the woman, because if it was a man, if it was a woman that came out to do this, a lot of people would say, let's hear from the man. Honestly, we cannot really say. We need to hear from the lady's perspective. Granted, what she did was wrong and vile, and nobody deserves that. But I do feel like it is kind of a woman playing a man's game. That's why everybody's so angry.
For myself, I just think that what the woman did was like hearing just from the man. I just think that what the woman did is totally wrong. It's terrible. After 4 years, you just pop in and you're saying, "Oh, I don't think I can continue this marriage," and yada. And this man right there is 48, and he can't exactly just pop out of nowhere and start to have kids. If he starts to have kids at 50, his first child would be 10 when he's 60. So I feel like if we are just completely judging with what the man has told us, she should have said earlier that she was no longer, maybe at the beginning of whenever she realized that, okay, I no longer want to be with this man. So she could have just said earlier that I no longer want to be with you in this relationship. I am strictly judging this whole conversation just by what the man has said. We've not heard from the woman. The woman has not come out to any podcast to say anything. But if we are completely judging by what he has said, she's totally wrong. She's wrong from all angles.
Interesting. Anyone go? Before I get to the chaotic too.
Now, it's very unfortunate seeing that video and seeing the guy cry all through the interview, and you know, I was irritated by the cry anyway, because I said, why is he even crying? Why is he crying?
He's a man.
No,
being a man doesn't make you like
That
that.
means don't vex me. Why can't men cry?
men cry?
Then are you talk say the one way you talk say I'm
That thing, the man in
Yes, and I stand by.
See, this
but
lady
why
don't
can't
allow me
men
talk,
cry?
right? Why will men cry when people
Why
like
can't
you
men
did?
cry?
The point is, the matter did not happen that day that he was granting the interview.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to cry, you should have done a quiet one. Hold on. Oh, allow me to talk, for goodness sake. Now, this is an era. Unfortunately, I think this guy is just a victim of this era we live in. We live in an era. No, not Gen Z. Allow me to speak.
They got married in 2015.
The victim of the modern woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Where we have most women trying to use marriage as a launch pad onto wealth, fame, to escape poverty. Look, we have not heard from that woman. But if you look at the case, the scenario, everything, she had to travel out after the wedding, right? And then the guy has been sending money to her, and she got a house, living well over there. All of a sudden got a lover over there, and the guy is in Lagos working his ass out. And at the end of the day, she's breaking up. Look, I think
I forgot to
at the end of this show,
where the guy said he sends her half of the money that he
yes,
makes.
the guy said he was literally sending everything. So I think
half of his earnings.
Like, imagine from Naija.
my brother from Naija, and then the woman is not even trying to be a woman or be humane. So at the end of the day, this lesson, I'm saying lesson, I'm used to lesson, sorry. This
lesson,
radio
my brother.
show, my brother, the lesson. So I think the lesson that people will take away from this is people should stop this notion or idea of jumping into marriage these days with these fancy ladies out there.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not about the ladies. It's about the fact that we're in a corrupt world. The world is not even... I said marriage has been bastardized. I said it the other day, right? It's no longer what it used to be. These days, you see a guy trying to take advantage of a lady's parents' fortune. You also see ladies trying to take advantage of a guy's fortune.
And you also see men trying to take advantage of women.
Have I not said it already? So that is the society we live in today, and that's what happened. Trust me, that's why the girl left, and then the guy is a simp. Allow me to say, if not, she wouldn't have taken advantage of that guy that way. Why are you crying and screaming? No, that guy is a simp, and that's why modern lessons these days encourage men to stop simping. If you find a simp today, you find a depressed guy. Find a simp, find a miserable guy. You don't need to be simping in this 2026. I'm telling you, look, I don't have a pity. I don't even pity that guy at all. Check the dictionary meaning of simp.
No, we're not talking of the dictionary meaning of simp. Okay.
Oh, don't worry.
Let me get the dictionary meaning of
But have you landed?
You get my bottom line, right? The summary of what I'm saying. This is just a guy who is a victim of this modern marriage. Okay. Maybe the modern is not the right adjective, but there's this marriage that people try to establish these days that is not even God's will for man. That woman has simply taken advantage of another simp.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, a simp is a man, a male simp, right?
Yeah, male simp.
Is a man who exhibits excessive attention, sympathy, or submissive behavior towards
Women
someone.
don't even like simps.
Often a woman. Hold on a second. Often a woman who does not reciprocate.
Yes.
In a desperate attempt to gain affection or sexual favors, it involves placing women on a pedestal and devaluing oneself to please them, often acting as a lapdog.
So how is the guy not a simp?
He's number one simp first class.
This is still subject to further arguments.
Yeah, because I've not heard from
Edinburgh, have you landed on your
Yeah, I've
thoughts?
landed actually.
All right.
Summarized. Don't
Let
forget
me
my
get to
keywords.
Myra before I get to Ajabo.
Okay, basically, you don't have to look at me like that. Basically, I watched the video, all right, and this is not to endorse what the woman had done. Like Ella had said, and every other person here, we've not heard from the woman, but this woman is 1% of 99% of men, of what men do to women in marriages. No problem. Let me establish my fact. Growing up, I know one auntie Granot.
That's one auntie.
Whose husband got pregnant, they were married at the time, and suddenly the man wasn't interested anymore, and the man walked out of her life. The man got married a couple of years after. He has about 4 or 5 children now. Auntie Granot still has just 1 kid, and Auntie Granot still sells granots. You can imagine how old I am now.
So she was selling granots when she was married.
But
she was
wait,
selling after the
now,
marriage.
this woman, your problem is because the woman divorced the husband, maybe not legally, and then she had gotten married to about 3 to 4 husbands afterwards. That's just the problem here. Now, not to endorse what the woman had done, but this is what men would do and get away with every single day. We wake up with stories like that. We see men do a lot of these things. Women are always the victim. This is just, every single time people come on here to crash out, it's because one man was defeated. It's because just one man was defeated. I'm not trying to change narrative. I'm trying to bring my point out.
Okay.
I'm not saying the woman is entirely right, and I'm also not saying she's entirely wrong. However, there must be a cockroach in the cupboard that we are not seeing. Do you understand? There must be something that we are not seeing. So we cannot entirely judge this woman. Maybe the man was actually a terrible person at some point. Even those other persons out there that were saying, "No, this guy is such a nice person." Why would you say he's such a nice person? I mean, he's your colleague. You don't know what the woman is going through inside the marriage that made her to say, "Oh, I'm not doing this again." So, I mean, that's my thought. That's my say on that.
See, one thing I hate whenever we bring this kind of conversations is how people want to turn it to gender war.
Yeah.
Let us address the issue. See, I say this thing always. Wickedness no get gender. A wicked man is a wicked man. A wicked woman is a wicked woman. Let us leave all these nonsense gender battles that we used to fight. You get? Good. From common sense and from the evidences that guy provided in that video, this guy read out a chat that his ex-wife sent to somebody.
Many years
and
ago,
all of us listened to the name calling. Do you get? That is to show you that this woman, right from time, no love this man. And according to what he said, it was an arranged marriage.
No, he agreed to an arranged marriage for her to have an arranged marriage in the US.
Okay.
Right.
You can imagine. And you tell me that that is not simping. Now, the fact is this. The earlier we start addressing issues like this properly, the way we should address it, the better for all of us. If somebody does something bad, let us come out to say that this person did something bad.
Yeah, irrespective of the gender.
Irrespective of the gender. You cannot come out in the course of addressing this issue and you're coming to tell me that this is 1% out of the 99.9% of women.
Of what men do on a daily basis.
That is a blatant lie. The reason why you are saying this is because this is the one man that came out to expose or that came out to be vulnerable. And this is the reason why men don't want to be vulnerable. If I tell you marriages that women have crashed, you will not believe it.
How many do you
All
know?
of us dead here.
I
said
point
this,
out
I said
points
this
here. How
thing
many
2
do you
weeks
know?
ago. All of us are here. We are going to be seeing videos on Facebook, videos on social media about men coming out to cry. Alpha, I carry this woman come Yankee. Now this woman, they pursue me come out from my house. Listen, I thank God that this man is still in Nigeria. Wallahi, assuming say this man, they Yankee. This man for enter jail. This woman will set this man up, and this man will be languishing in jail. This man is so lucky that he is in Nigeria, and the woman is abroad. You get to the point of you telling your partner that you want to have an arranged marriage. How?
No, they both agreed on it.
You get, that's the thing now. That's the thing. Now there the man they simp and now there they vex me. You get, now there the man take me proper simp and now there they vex me. So let me tell you something here. In marriage, there are things you take, and whenever your partner tells you, "Let us do this thing," you self on your own supposed to say, "Problem don't be." It can't be for long distance marriage. These things don't make sense. You cannot tell me that I am married to you with a fine pikin for over how many years? I couldn't take in. You be my wife. You know if you carry belly. I dey go test, they go check my sperm. After how many years? 48 good years. Thinking I was the problem.
No, 11 years. They were married for 11
years. The guy there 48 years. Now nobody me talk.
Yes, he's
good.
48.
He's 48. 48 good years now.
He was 37.
You get. So tell me the kind of wickedness way past that one.
This one.
My father got married at the age of my father got married at the age of 32.
This is not a gender matter.
As at 65,
Calm down.
we are 5. As at 65, my papa don't stop to pay school fees. So he trained his 5 children in the university at the age of 64. So imagine this guy where they 48 and he never get picking. Do you think that this guy will be alive to see a child when he born now grow and to become somebody in future?
It's still possible.
This lady we are talking about has denied this guy a lot of things. It's not about the love. It's not about the marriage. A lot of things. Everything has time. Everything has season. At 48, you suppose don't get two good children. We suppose don't they round up elementary school at the age of 48.
Anyway, sometimes life don't they happen
You get
like that.
that is what it is ordinarily.
Yeah, but
Let's not
sometimes-
also
You get,
forget.
but then again, see,
Life doesn't
what I
happen
want
like
us to
that.
understand is this: if somebody does something bad, something that is morally bad, let us come out to say that this thing is morally bad.
Okay, so Ajibo, let's come back to the story, because the thing is, when I always like to, I carefully listened to that interview, and I punctured there were a few things I punctured.
Yes.
You know, first of all, he was being evasive when certain questions were asked, right? And if you listen to the chats that he read out, the wife made certain complaints about his attitude, and the fact that he wasn't meeting up in certain aspects.
With regards to
maybe
which
taking
aspects?
care of her, being able to satisfy her, her needs, and all of that, you know, and that he was flirting with little girls, right? That he was flirting with little girls, and she was complaining bitterly to somebody, and she was like, "I'm not going to let a man use me again," and all that. I think in the course of that complaint, she also confided in the person that she had checked out of the marriage 3 years ago. 3 years prior to that particular chat, and I think he discovered that chat much later, right? Now, when he was asked about that, I mean, because it's almost as if there is a build-up of resentment. There is a build-up, because before a woman gets to a point where she checks out emotionally and she's willing to damn the consequences and have you go through any emotional trauma, something must have happened behind the scene, right? And maybe he didn't realize when things started going south, or he realized and he was hoping that they were going to work things out. Do you understand what I mean? But that never really happened. Okay, so but do you think that as a man, when a woman emotionally checks out of a relationship, or maybe there were things she was complaining about that he never took cognizance of, and now those things started affecting their marriage to a point where she doesn't really care anymore, do you think that could have probably led to, you know, the points that they found themselves in at the now?
Okay, see, when you talk about emotions, it's a very dicey thing. You get. I've been in a relationship where my partner checked out.
Okay.
And it took me time to understand that this person is no longer here emotionally. The thing is this: everybody reacts differently when emotions are on the table. But then again, this is your partner. This is somebody that you once loved. And this is somebody that you decided to end up with, and this person started messing up. You get. My father will always tell me this: the doors of relationships should be closed gently. My father always says this. Now the point is this: as a man, as a woman, if you feel that you cannot tolerate anything from anybody, be it your girlfriend, be it your spouse, my guy, my babe, come out to this person, say, I no fit do again. It has gotten to a point where I cannot handle it again. I want out.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
All right.
But a situation where you are doing whatever you're doing because you want to get back to this person, emotions no dey easy.
The most shocking aspect of it is the guy said he was sending her money up until October last year.
That's the thing. See, she said something about upkeep and all of those things. And the guy, they send at all. The guy, they send money. And I think the guy said something about her sexual libido being more than his own, and he cannot match up. Good. These are conversations that should be had. This is the modern era.
But that wasn't necessary, though. I feel like there are certain things you leave to.
That's what narrating in talk, and like all of us agreed, the guy did vulnerable at that point. So a lot of things they come up. Like this is the modern age. There are ways to go around all those things. There are proper ways to go around all those things.
But they're not even okay.
You get there are ways to go around all those things. The introduction of sex toys and all of those things. But that is the truth. Sorry, but that is the truth. There are ways to go around those things. But if you feel that you cannot handle this because you cannot take away coitus from marriage, that is the most important thing as far as marriages are concerned. You get now coitus dimpa now. Can you mean?
Are you serious?
Yes, it is. You understand? I will introduce you into the group of virgins. You get. But if you cannot handle this particular thing, opt out. You get. So why are you staying with the guy and collecting money when you are no longer interested?
Okay.
Make they try call a spade a spade.
Myra, are you standing by what you said?
No, see, why we call a spade a spade? I mean, you just mentioned now that that the lady sent a message to a friend that her husband is following small girls. Do you understand? That's why I said that there must be something that made this lady to emotionally check out in that marriage. You didn't just wake up and decide to check out. There must be something wrong somewhere that we probably have not seen. And if that lady chooses to speak up one day, I'm definitely sure that she will counter a lot of these things that this guy just come out to say. And I was saying that, you should speak about it. I mean, you loved me and you married me. After marrying me, you now chose the girls in the street over me, and you think I will just gently call you, oh my guy, well, let's break this thing. After you have hurt me emotionally, I will come back for you.
In his defense, he said then he had just moved to Lagos, right? So he was trying to get gigs, and he was chatting with both girls and guys. So his phone was like his office, so he was, always on his phone trying to get gigs and stuff.
I don't blame him.
She was particularly upset with the fact that, he was always on his phone. But then his defense is, my phone is my office, and I can't, stay away from people that I'm trying to get jobs from simply because they are females. If that, sorry, I'll come to you. But if that is the case, right? Because you understand the man who is trying to navigate a new environment. He had moved from Calabar to Lagos, right? So he's trying to fit into that environment and all that. The person we're talking about is the grandson of Margaret Ekpo. They named Calabar Airport after his grandmother. Do you understand? So he's from a reasonably comfortable background. He's a top MC in Calabar, but then he got to Lagos. He was struggling. Do you understand what I mean? So, but the wife at the time had a problem with the fact that, you were on your phone almost all the time. Okay, you were not really paying attention. That's his defense, even though he did not adequately answer that question the way I would have. I felt he was being evasive with regards to that question.
You can't hurt me emotionally and then teach me how to react to what you had done to me. I mean, you don't know what you have done to me. You don't know how you have raped me. I am a woman. I am born to be very emotional. Hold on. I am prone to be highly emotional. Now, when you go out there and do certain things that will break me, you will not teach me how to handle it.
I like it.
This man pushes you to the wall and then
don't say this man. I don't like what you talk this man.
Hold on.
When they generalize things, but when they pay you, how many men have pushed you to the wall?
Let's not also forget the story of the 40-year-old woman. I don't know, is she 40 or 42-year-old? The woman who played that tape here, where the husband is also infertile. And then the husband did not tell the woman that he cannot bring forth a child. And the man watched the woman go through all the mess through his mother. And the man never said anything about it.
The things that go on in this society.
That's the problem. I'm just trying to make you understand.
Men.
It's not like I'm trying to blame them, but it's just
that's what you're doing.
It's one woman out of 99 women that
that's a lie.
Woman, it's not one.
Where are you getting your statistics from?
But everything we see online every single day.
That is not enough. A lot of things don't make it online. That is what I want you to know. Haba, did they take 1% of the women? Where are you getting that statistics from?
Okay, I'll come back to Ajabo.
See, my cousin in Turkey, right? 4 years ago, he told me a story of this Igbo guy, one of their business partners, who brought his fiancée from Onitsha and sent her to the UK, enrolled her in a university, in a college or something, and just 4 or 5 years down the line, this lady started becoming evasive, and then she left the relationship, right? Checked out and told this guy she wasn't interested in getting married to him any longer. So my guy told me his friend was crying because he felt betrayed. So at the end of the day, I told you that most girls these days are using this marriage, right, as a launch pad.
Let's not say most, because there's no statistics to back it up.
This one even better self. This one they say most. So it gets caveat.
I'm telling you what people are doing these days.
All men.
Okay.
You just they want you to send them to places that look like greener pasture, and the next thing is that they're leaving you. That's what this girl just did.
See,
they have been doing it for years. It's not the first time.
Let me tell you. Let me say something.
Did you hear about this?
Let me say something.
You heard about the story?
Let me say something.
That's one person. That's one.
Let me say something.
Then they say it's one person again.
Let me say
That's
something.
one person.
Wait, now let me say something.
Okay.
That's one person.
Does it have to be a dozen of people?
See,
You cannot say most, because that's just one person's experience.
I'm in the industry.
Okay.
I'm in the industry as an MC, as an entertainer, as a hype man. You get your phone as an entertainer or any person that has anything to do with media is more like your mini office.
Yes, including me.
That is the truth. You get
the woman go through your phone?
You said
Can
my
the
ex
woman-
went through my phone heavily. She was going through my phone. I wasn't going through hers.
You're such a lovely man.
It's not about being
I
lovely.
don't make him deviate so that we'll let
It's not about being lovely.
To talk like
Now see the thing here. If your phone is your office and your spouse or your partner understands the kind of work you do, you cannot take away having friends that are women, a lot of women, if you are an
I
entertainer.
felt it was deeper than that.
Wait,
She's also a media girl, right?
No,
So
no, no.
She has
Listen,
she has this understanding.
Let me tell you something.
And beyond that, there were so many other things that she complained about.
I'm not trying to defend this guy.
Yes.
I'm just talking based on the points you dropped.
Okay.
I'm not trying to defend the guy. You get. For me, they're supposed to bring that guy flog on 24 first.
Why?
But I'm not trying to defend him. You get. Now,
Your reason being that he was too vulnerable or what?
I've been
And he's a simp.
in the club. Like I've worked in the club. You get. If you meet a girl for the first time and you try to invite that girl out, the girl will knock you better defense. She will not want to come out with you, especially as somebody that is in the nightlife. You have to create some kind of, soft landing. You have to talk to this person. You have to make this person understand that you mean no harm. You have to make this person comfortable so that this person can fall out with you in the night. That is how it is in the entertainment industry. Now, person where you get a very good relationship with, now that person will give you a job because the competition is crazy. The competition is too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
We understand that fact.
Okay.
But if the guy is doing something else out of this thing where I explained, the blame is on him.
The thing is, like I said to
get.
you,
The blame is on him.
the thing is,
So-
Ajabo, the thing is, at that he did not adequately answer that question. That was I was able to puncture that
I
aspect.
wish he
I don't
answered
know.
the question.
No, he wasn't.
But then again-
He only
but
said
then
because there were so many. If you see the screenshot of the message that the wife sent to somebody and all of that. And the thing is, it's not a new discovery for him. He had seen the message years prior to even the wife coming back and all that, right? And he did not feel the need. He said even till the day he was on Honest Bunch podcast, that the wife did not know that he had that message. So you did not even confront her about it. You did not even address the issue that you felt were raised in that message. So resentment built up even on her own part and even on his own part. But the thing is, he did not answer that question adequately.
What I need us to understand is this. I am not taking sides with that guy, and I will never.
Why?
As far
I
as
don't understand why.
This is the reason.
He's not the ideal man now. It's not the ideal man.
No, apart from being the apart from
he's a simp.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons.
He came out and he was crying.
See here, let me tell you something here. If you are somebody that is very observant, you're supposed to know a lot of things. First of all, this is where I have a problem with him. How can you tell me that you're in Lagos, Nigeria, and your partner is abroad, and you decided to agree with your partner to arrange
an arranging marriage?
What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of very you're getting me that? See,
that's one of the characteristics
a lot of men, their women don't do some certain things because they know the kind of men they come married to.
Exactly.
As a woman, one of the things women do is to understand the nature of the man they got married to.
I think men, they understand women too.
You understand? Now we think they determine whether a woman will bring this kind of proposal to you
Right. Okay.
or not.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Fortunate, you wanted to say something.
From my interaction with men, one thing I've realized is they can be a tad selfish when it comes to relationships. As long as a man is happy in a relationship, you could bring the worst issue.
But I don't
and
think
I'm not.
In all honesty, I don't think this guy was selfish in that relationship.
I can't say because again,
can't say
I can't say because I need to hear what from the woman's perspective
think
as
he
well.
was.
He may not have been.
I don't think
but
he was.
I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying from my interaction with certain men, I realized that if a man is happy in a relationship, he could care less whether or not you're happy. You could raise the most horrible concerns, and as long as he feels like his needs are being met, he honestly could care less. And I feel like the fact that the lady raised a certain concern with you and you did not see the need to address it, he was not bothered by it. He felt like she will manage, and that is something that most Nigerian women would do. He said in his own, in a perfect world, if you see something you don't like, you should leave. But most Nigerian women will manage. They will bottle it up. They will stay in that relationship until they get to a point where they can't anymore. And there's something I've learned: tolerance leads to resentment. If you keep bottling up things, you don't say anything, you don't address it, you don't communicate about it, eventually you're going to resent the person. And when you get to the point of resentment, you could care less what happens to that person. When I want to do my own back, when I resent you, I could care less how that thing affects you. Those little things that you've been doing that have been bottling up, that you did not realize were an issue because you were fine with it, granted, now that it's time for me to do my own back, all of a sudden I have to be considerate of your feelings. And you could, when you were doing your own, you didn't think about my feelings, because this woman, you saw this message, and we're talking about, okay, the woman is in the, when you're in the media, I'm not personally, I don't know what that's like. You have to flirt with people, you have to have certain kind of relationship.
Nobody said
flirt. You don't have to flirt, you have to have certain kind of relationship. And not even these people, let's say there are two people in media. This woman has experience. I want to believe she knows what flirting is and having a professional relationship with, even if you are in the media. There's a reason why the woman felt that there was something off with the way you have been interacting with these small girls. And then she raised a concern with someone and you saw it, but you didn't think of it as an issue. And that is just what we know, what the man was able to tell us. There could have been more that we don't know about. So my own is, you cannot beat somebody and tell them not to cry.
Exactly. That's the man. No. When I saw the message that he sent to, that she sent to another person, right? That message is coming from a place of deep-seated resentment. Do you understand what I mean? Something probably must have been going on behind the scenes.
Resentment doesn't just come.
Oh yeah, like I just want to, buttress on what Fortunate had said, right? Tolerance. Both of them, they must have tolerated a lot of things from each other. Like the lady was tolerating from the man, also the man was tolerating from the woman. Because I don't understand the concept of you got married and you allow your wife to just move away for 4 years, marry somebody else. What are you people doing? Is that the concept of marriage? Is that the concept of marriage?
I get problem with the guy.
So it's not right in any manner. The both of them,
he has been scared of losing the woman.
The both of them should be faulted at this point.
Yes.
Because by that thing that he said, you already know he's not a serious person.
Bam.
Just by that thing that he said, that you allow the woman to go outside Nigeria, get married to somebody else, to get green card. The both of you are not serious people.
They are not serious individuals.
So
They're not ready for the marriage.
They are not ready for the marriage.
A lot seem to have gone wrong with that marriage foundationally. First of all, when they met, he mentioned that when they met, because they met sometime in May of 2020. No, May of 2015, and then they got married in August, right? That's like few months down the line. And when they wanted to get married, the girl told him that, oh, I've been married before. And he didn't bother to ask, oh, what happened in the course of your marriage? Well, like, he didn't bother to ask her because he was so overwhelmed. He was so in love and all that. Like, he didn't even care, right? No questions asked. They proceeded. They got married. And the girl, I want to travel to the US. And he helped her with that dream of traveling to the US. She achieved it. She got over there. When she got a house, she didn't tell him. When she got a salon, she didn't tell him. You know, when things started going so that marriage should have actually ended long before now. That's where I have a problem with, because you cannot string somebody on knowing fully well that you had already checked out of this marriage. The guy was sending you almost half of his earnings on a monthly basis, and you kept on taking it from him, which is, if you convert what he's sending to her, it's between $200 to $300, and you actually do make more, you know. So this is somebody who's doing MC jobs in Nigeria and stuff like that. And the last time he sent you money was in October, and even booked your flight ticket down to Nigeria, and you came down and told him that, listen, this marriage is not going to work anymore, only for the guy to wake up last week to your wedding pictures. That is unbelievable. Like you said, if he's the one that he's going to go on a media tour.
Who said so? Yeah. This is the reason why
I said he's going to go on a media tour.
This is the reason why I said that I have issues with this guy. Serious issues with this guy. See, let me tell you something. One of the major problems we are having very recently is the kind of nonsense concept we have about marriage. That's the problem
That's
I
all
have
changed, man.
recently. See, I am not saying that the marriages of our parents are perfect. I'm not saying that. But in the marriages of our parents, we understand what commitment is.
Yes.
We understand what sacrifice is. We understand what unity is.
No ulterior motives.
You get. But in the marriages of now, everybody is looking for what to benefit, where
first of
to
all,
benefit,
we cannot get the marriages of our
all of
parents
those
back.
things.
You know,
Well, no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
I don't know what they want.
We don't need it. We don't.
If you don't listen, let me say something. I'm not saying that we want the marriages of our parents back. But then again, if for me,
would you like to marry a woman from your parents' era?
From
your parents' era?
I cannot marry.
No, not from the era, but a woman with that kind of.
I'm not saying people. Maybe somebody as old as they are, right? I'm saying somebody with their kind of mentality, like somebody who is young, but your mother's era. Would you marry?
Yes, like with that same mentality of your mother's era.
Just tell me if I can get married to somebody like my mom. I will say yes.
Yeah, so that means it's possible.
That's exactly that. Somebody from my mom's era.
Somebody like your mom.
One of the reasons
why do you wait? Why do you want to marry somebody like your mom?
I'm coming. One of the reasons why I am even considering marriage is because of the kind of marriage
you saw in your home.
I see for where my papa and my mama did.
Your papa is a better person now.
You get. Let me tell you something here.
It doesn't apply to everyone.
Do you know that if I go to my family house now and I spend a Saturday night in my family house and my father wants me to iron his clothes, my father is coming downstairs with his clothes and my mother's clothes, then he will tell me to iron his wife's clothes first before his. That is what my father will tell me.
Sweet man.
Do you get it?
Wait, your papa now.
Let me say this. I grew up. I always follow my mom to the market. I did that very well. Throughout the period of time when my mama they buy Christmas clothes for us, my mother will always get clothes for my father. So what you're saying
is that you will marry somebody from your mother's era.
I will marry somebody like my mother. I don't know who she is.
Just somebody like his mother.
I will marry somebody like my mom.
Yes, not from the era, but someone like his mom.
You get.
Wait now. If you say you will marry somebody like your mom, that's okay, because that experience is personal to you, right? You probably experienced your parents and all that. Every other person did not have that experience. There are men that beat their wives because of what they saw their fathers do to their mothers.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? And that's why I said when you talk about, because why I had to ask you that question is because you said,
it's my personal opinion.
Wait now.
It's my thing.
Wait. I know saying a personal opinion. And that's why I had to ask you a question, a follow-up question. Because you said that our mother's era, that they were more patient, they were more
I did not say about just the women.
Wait now.
I said the two of them, the man and the woman in the marriage. Don't say it's solely the woman.
Your parents.
Is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I said.
But why is it
it's a two-way thing?
Why is it
No. It's a two-way thing. You understood what I said?
understand now.
Good. No.
It doesn't mean the woman is getting married to
I
the
did not
old
say
school.
It's a two-way thing.
You said talking about mindset and
What are you saying?
composure.
I am giving you instances from my parents' marriage.
Exactly.
It's see the past wait.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
It's not. We're not saying, because when you said it, you did not say, from it goes both ways. You said why marriages in the past survive is because our mothers.
No, I did not say mothers.
Said parents.
I said parents. Thank
You
you.
said
I did not say
parents.
mothers.
Parents.
Thank
Okay,
you.
our parents
So don't make
were
it
more.
you don't define gender war now.
No, it not be gender war.
I said parents.
Not be gender war.
parents.
But even if you
I did not
said
say
parents,
mothers.
even if you said parents, right?
We actually
Marriages
know who
from
was the
that
patient's
era
party.
largely.
You cannot say that.
Hold on
You
now.
know the funny thing? My papa get patience past my
I've
mama.
not even said anything. I said marriages from that era largely survived because women were
I'm
able
talking
to.
about my family. I don't care about any other
Women were
family.
able to tolerate quite a lot of things. But your experience is personal to you. And I also know people that had terrible experiences as a result of where they're coming from.
Okay.
What they saw their fathers do, what they saw their mothers do, and all of that. You know, so, and that's why I asked if it's possible for us to, the whole thing about, making comparisons with the previous generation and now, that ship has sailed, right? And we need to start adapting. Wait, we need to start adapting to the changes. Do you understand what I mean?